Okay, so in this segment, we just want to get to know a little bit of each other better. So I'm gonna ask you a few questions.
Okay, sure.
You can ask me too.
Yes.
What are your hobbies, Norman?
Okay, so I have a few hobbies. I paint, so I do a lot of painting, and I also.
What medium of paint do you do?
Okay, so there are a few mediums I do. Sometimes I do realistic painting.
Yeah.
Sometimes scenery painting.
Yeah.
But most of the times, currently, I'm doing a lot of iconography. It's a lot of religious painting. So it involves an archaic practice of using egg and wine.
Oh,
so
wow.
and pigments and all. So we use that.
It's
to do that.
interesting.
Yes, very interesting.
Okay.
I also read at times, but I rather choose to sleep because sleep is pretty much deprived at this time. So
If you were to read, what kind of materials do you like to read?
I love fiction at one point,
Yeah.
and non-fiction as well. But at this point, I really love topics on political science, history. So it really gets me going when I read about these things, and also a lot about religion all around the world. Yeah.
Nice. What is it about religions around the world that attracts you to learn more about them?
I think it's a lot of these religions that exist in the world somehow would have some good in it, or some facade that we can look, and it's a positive side of it. So to really engage it and to know it for what it really is, and not simply just point fingers and say that this religion is associated to terrorism, for example. To really understand what this religion practices and its cultural upbringing from it. So it's a lot of interesting knowledge that you could obtain from religion.
Great. How would you describe your personality? What type of person are you?
I am pretty loud. I get a bit crazy at times, but I think I get reserved when in a new environment. But once I get to know you, I'm a bit more loud and more open. I'm pretty direct, but I try to not to be that way. Yeah.
Does that get you in a lot of trouble in Malaysia for being direct?
A lot of trouble. People that speak up have a lot of problem, but well, you gotta stay true to yourself and to your identity.
Cool.
So yeah.
Thanks for sharing.
You're welcome.
Do you want to ask anything?
Yeah. You work in Easy Uni, right? How's the experience
I
there?
do. So I'm the community engagement lead.
Okay.
So I really love meeting students like yourself and just getting to know the perspective of students and how I can help them to be better. And then most of the time within the different scopes of work, I think my role is really like a coach, like finding ways if they can't do it, like why, and how can I help, rather than do this or get this done kind of environment. And hopefully my role is to build a longer term relationship beyond this project. And hopefully we just foster a community that really wants to help high school students or someone younger, from first of course making good decisions, whatever the good decisions that we made, but secondly to not make the mistakes that we make.
Yes, true.
We make a lot of mistakes, right?
Yeah. I'm sure you've been enjoying your job. Where has it taken you so far?
I mean, I'm very new in this role.
Okay.
So I think for Easy Uni, I have been spending a lot of time with local and international students, and their perspectives are so different.
Okay.
It's also different across different races and different majors as well. Some students are pretty much direct. They do the job because they need a job. Some students, they really do it because they really love sharing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. So you got to know about my personality. So what about yours? Yeah.
I'm very cheerful at times.
Yes.
But I'm a very business-oriented person. I love numbers a lot.
Okay. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Okay.
So as a person working in this role, a lot of it is producing videos and looking at forums. But typically, what I do is that seeing, this is the goal for the quarter. Each person needs to get how much done. If you're not done at this level, how many percentage is that? And how much in terms of cost, in terms of business value, how we navigate through that, and how do we optimize time, because in business time is always money.
Yep.
So if a student spend 3 to 4 hours just to produce one article, I'm always thinking how can I help them to move faster, not in a way to pressure them, but like just to help them to be more effective.
Okay.
So that you can, you enjoy your life.
Okay.
I still want you to be a student and have fun and go around. And this thing is just supposed to be like a platform for you to share, not for you to like, oh, what
Yeah,
grammar
true,
to use, what words to use,
Yeah,
kind
yeah.
of thing. At the end, we're helping high school students, and that's why we want to work with university students, because they speak the language of high school students.
True.
Still that that
Yeah.
age, that age circle. Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Yep. Great. That's amazing to know it from you.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
thank
All
you.
right. See you again.